good morning, and again, welcome back dito po sa ating session. For today, of course, we have new materials to study. Balikan lang muna natin, last time, if I remember it correctly, ang given sa atin ay quadratic function. And then, that quadratic function, we will be assigning a table of values para ma-graph. So in this session, we will try to do the reverse. Which means, ang given sa atin dito ay table of values and ang hahanapin naman natin will be the quadratic function. Now, I would want to make it clear to everyone na nung given yung quadratic function at tayo yung nag-assign ng table of values, ng value doon, medyo madali. Pero doing the reverse, medyo mahirap ng konti. Okay? So, I'm hoping that you will be with me hanggang matapos po ito at sana matutunan talaga natin. Okay? With that, let's move on with our slides para makita natin kung ano yung gagawin natin. Let's go. Alright, so we have here now our slide. Alright. So as I have mentioned before, our topic for today, we will be given the table of values, and then that values will be converted into the quadratic function. And with that, eto po, how to get the quadratic function given the table of values. Medyo mahirap na. But with that, let's have here now our aim for this lesson. At the end of this lesson, as usual, you have to, or you should be able to, determine the quadratic function given the table of values. As I have mentioned before, the table of values will be our given, and the task at hand is for us to come up with the quadratic function. And number 2 natin, dito po sa ating aim, sa goal natin, after this lesson, I'm hoping that you can understand the step-by-step process of getting the quadratic function given the table of values. The reason why I included this second goal, kasi nga hindi siya ganun kasimple kagaya ng una. Medyo mahaba yung process na gagawin po natin. Okay? Now, let us start first by having a quadratic function and creating a table of values. The reason why I'm doing this, para at least alam natin yung ine-expect nating output. So, ang kukunin muna natin, yung nakasanayan na natin, which is quadratic function, or yung table muna, table of values, ang kukuhanin. Ang given sa atin, yung mismong quadratic function. Ito yung quadratic function natin. Now, we already know that this quadratic function exists, kasi siya nga yung given. And we will be assigning values. Table of values. This is x, and the f of x or y. Ayun, nagkamali. Of yung nakalagay. This is or y. Okay? With that, hindi ko kinuha yung vertex. Which means, maglalagay lang ako ng number dito. Hindi natin makikita yung parabola dito. So, I started with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as we all know, if this is the values of x, all we have to do now is to substitute these given values to the function to get the value of y. Let's say, for example, we will be using y. So instead of x, we will be replacing it by 1. There we go. So as I have told you, f of x is synonymous with y. They are practically the same. So this is 2. Yung x natin will be substituted by 1 squared minus 4x, and that is 1 plus 5. Simplifying this, we have here now 2 minus 4 plus 5, and y is equal to 3. Which means if we have here now 1 as the value of x given this quadratic function, the value of y is equal to 3. And we will be doing that up to 5. Let's continue. If we will be using 2, replace x by 2, we come up with 8 minus 8 plus 5. And 8 minus 8 will be eliminated. We will be having 5 as our last value for y. So if x is equal to 2, therefore y is equal to 5. And how do we come up with this one? By simply substituting the value of x here in the quadratic function. Next, we have here now number 3. So again, all the x's will be replaced by 3. And we have here now 18 minus 12 plus 5. And simplifying this further, we have here now y is equal to 11. The value of y, if x is equal to 3, is 11. Next, we have here now number 4. And again, replace all the x's with 4. We come up with y is equal to 32 minus 16 plus 5. The value of y is equal to 21. And last but not the least, we have here now 5. We will be replacing x with 5. And this will be our quadratic function. Y is equal to 2 times the square of 5 minus 4 times 5 plus 5. And y is equal to 50 minus 20 plus 5. Simplifying this, we come up with 35. So the value of y is 35 if we have here now 5 as the value of x. Now, if we will be looking at this table of values, ito yung mga nakuha nating function of x or y. Yung 3, 5, 11, 21, and 35. Parang wala tayong makikitang pattern. Even if we took the difference between the two. That is 2. We come up with 6. And then 10 followed by 14. The pattern, if you're going to look at this one, wala. But if we will be considering the next layer, this one, the difference will be 4. The difference will be 4. And the difference will be 4. So malalaman lang po natin na okay po yung sa quadratic function natin if the second layer nung difference, consecutive values po nung y natin or function of x, the same sila. So the pattern for a quadratic function is that within the second layer, the difference between the consecutive values is equal. As I have mentioned, this is our first layer and this is our second layer. Kunin lang natin yung difference. When we talk about difference, magsasubtract po tayo. Ayun, yung equal po natin. Now, let's say for example, this will be our given. Kanina nakita natin yung value natin ng quadratic function. Balikan lang po muna natin. Eto. F of x, this is also y, is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. Which means, kung ito yung table of values na makukuha po natin, we are expecting that the quadratic function that we will come up with is this given. Okay? Let's continue. Okay, the task at hand is to get the quadratic function in standard form. The given is this table of values. Nabanggit ko na po kanina, ang kailangan po nating makuhang value ay yung ibinigay sa atin kanina. Ito lang ang given. That's the reason why sabi ko medyo mahirap. The first thing to do is to remember the quadratic function in standard form. Ano yun? Ito. F of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Next, if you notice, there are three unknowns in the function. May tatlong hindi natin alam yung value dito. And what are those three? Those three are as follows: A, B, and C. This one, this one, this one. If you remember correctly, the A, B, and C are all real numbers where A is not equal to 0. Okay? So we are practically looking for the values of A, B, and C. With that, we will need three equations to get the values of these three real numbers. Kailangan natin tatlo. Actually, yun yung pattern dun eh. Kung dalawa yung variable mo, kailangan mo ng dalawang equation. Okay? Ngayon, kung sakali at isa lang yung unknown mo na variable, that equation is enough to get the value of the variable. Kung dalawa yung unknown, two equations. And this time, we have here now three unknowns. Therefore, we have to use three equations. Actually, hindi lang siya 3, pero yung basic natin, we will start at 3. This is where the table of values will come into play. We will be using this one. Now, bawat isa po dito, I would want to make it clear, ordered pair yan. Sila yung magkapares. Ano yung magkapares natin dito? 1 and 3, 2 and 5, 3 and 11, 4 and 21, 5 and 35. Ordered pair sila, X and Y. Pick any three pairs of ordered pair in the table of values and substitute it in the quadratic function. Kahit alin. Now, if you're going to ask me, ang pipiliin ko yung maliliit yung number. So, halimbawa, sa X natin, you can choose 3, 4, 5. Walang problema. Siyempre, dala nila yung kapartner nila. Now, in my case, I always try to look for the much easier way. As long as I have understood yung pong ating sistema, yung process natin, I'm going to look dun sa mas madali. So, I'm going to choose 1, 2, at saka yung 3. So, saan po nanggaling ito? 3 is equal to A, 1 squared plus B, 1 plus C. Yung atin pong quadratic function, ito yung Y or f of x. Ano yun? 3. And then, ang sabi, ax squared. Ano yung value ng x? 1 squared. Plus bx. So, x ulit dito, 1 plus c. Simplifying this, we have here now, 3 is equal to a plus b plus c. And this will give us equation 1. Now, if I'm going to use 2 at saka 5, there we have it. 5 is the value of y. Y is equal to a x squared. Again, the value of x is 2 plus bx. So we have here now b times 2 plus c. Simplifying this, 5 is equal to 4a plus 2b plus c. This will give us equation number 2. I hope you're getting the gist of what we're doing right now. We will simply substitute the ordered pair dun po sa ating quadratic function standard form. We will be replacing the values of y and x. So the last one, as I have told you, we will be using 3. We have here now 11 is equal to a times 3 squared plus b 3 plus c. Simplifying this, 11 is equal to 9a plus 3b plus c. And this will be our equation number 3. Now, dito po madalas nagkakamali, nalilimutan yung value ng y. Pakitandaan po na ito ay ordered pair, ito yung dependent variable, x is the independent variable. So either way, makikita po dapat sila parehas dyan. Now, if we have here now the three values, kunin natin yung tatlong equation, ito. We will try to eliminate kada isa yung mga letra. Yung bawat A, B, at saka C. So, halimbawa, eliminate C in the three equations. Paano natin i-eliminate yan? Ito yung atin, equation 2, and this is equation 1. Pwede siyang magbaliktad, no? Kaya lang, ang ginagawa ko, yung mas malaki yung nasa taas. Dalawa muna ang kunin mo. Pick ka muna ng dalawa. And then, we will try to eliminate C. Ang problema, pag sinolve natin yan, positive at positive. Again, rule natin sa signed numbers, pag parehas ng sign, we simply add their absolute value. Kailangan nating ma-cancel or ma-eliminate yung C. So that isa ay negative. So we will be group natin yung ating isa and multiplied by negative 1. So yung nauna natin, we will simply copy it down. And then yung pangalawa, dahil negative 1 lang naman yan, all we have to do now is to change all the signs dito. Which will give us negative 3, negative A, negative B, negative C. In this manner, we can solve this one to eliminate yung C. Ano nga yung ginamit natin? Equation 2 and equation 1. Pakitandaan. Cancel na yan. This will be negative 2. This will be, eto na yung sagot, 3A plus B. And this will become our equation number 4. Sir, akala ko tatlo lang. Yeah. Ito yung ating basic equation. Yung equation 4, kung mapansin nyo, lumabas lang yan nung nag-solve na tayo dito. Bakit may equation 4? We will try to eliminate yung mga A, B, and C, yung real numbers natin dyan. Okay? So dito, meron na tayo. Dito sa dalawa na eliminate natin. Subukan na natin eliminate itong isa. 11 is equal to 9A plus 3B plus C. Pwede kahit alin yung i-partner ninyo. You can mix and match. Pero ako, ang ipinapartner ko, yung malapit sa kanila. So, ito yung gagamitin ko. Again, if you notice, yung C natin pares positive. So, we will just copy what we have done dito sa kabila. And that will be multiplying both sides by negative 1. With that, this one will be copied. The next one, again, dahil multiply lang siya ng negative 1, all we have to do now is to change all the signs dito sa equation natin ito. And then solve simultaneously, we can now eliminate yung C. With that, the answer will be 6 is equal to 5A plus B. And this will be our equation number 5. Now, if you notice, this is the reason why, upon starting, I have told you that please, samahan niyo ako hanggang sa huli. Kasi mas mahirap yung pabalik kesa yung tayo yung nag-assign. Okay? This time, meron silang binigay na assignment ng mga values. Ang hahanapin natin kung ano yung quadratic function. Okay? So, I hope na intindihan natin dito. The thing that I want you to take notice is dito sa equation 4 at saka sa 5 po natin, wala na yung C. Ang natira sa atin will be the values of A at saka B. Sa kabila, A at saka B. Okay? Ayusin natin. Ito yung equation 4, ito yung equation 5. As I have told you before, we only have A at saka B as our real numbers dito. Yung value ng real numbers natin, nagre-represent. And we're basically looking for the value of A, B, and C. So with that, pwede na natin makuha yung value ng A kung eliminate natin yung B. Eliminate B in the equations 4 and 5 and solve for A. Ayan. So mapansin nyo sa taas ko lagi inilalagay yung mas malaki yung value. Sa baba yung kabila. So we will be eliminating this one, but we have a positive and positive. As I have told you, isa dapat positive, isa negative. So just like what we have done, we simply multiply both sides by negative 1. This one will be copied. 6 is equal to 5A plus B. This one, all the signs will be changed. We will come up with negative 2 equals negative 3A minus B. Solve this simultaneously. We can now cancel out B. And what's left is A. There we go. 4 is equal to 2a. And we will be looking for the values of a. So how are we going to do that? We have to remove yung numerical coefficient na kasama ng a, which is 2. So divide both sides by 2. Ang matitira dito ay 2. Dito ay a. Therefore, the value of a is equal to 2. Kung napansin natin, meron kagad tayong value ng a, 2. And kung may value ng a, pabalik naman tayo. Once we come up with the value of a, pabalik na ulit. Diba, dito tayo. Isa-substitute natin ito either sa equation 4 or 5. Substitute the value of a to either equation 4 or 5 to get the value of b. Kahit saan. Now, for me, again, pipiliin ko pa rin yung mas maliit yung number. This one. So that will give us 2 is equal to 3 times 2. Saan nanggaling yung 2? Ayun sa a. Plus b. If you notice, b na lang yung nawawala. This will become 2 is equal to 6 plus b. Ilipat natin yung 6 sa kabila. Sir, ba't naging negative? Tumawid ng equal sign. So we have here now b is equal to negative 4. Again, yung a, b, and c natin, nakuha natin yung dalawang value. A is equal to 2, b is equal to negative 4. The only one that's left is yung c. Eh dito sa equation 4 and 5, wala yung c. Saan natin nakita? Equations 1, 2, at saka yung 3. So substitute the value of a and b to any of equations 1 to 3 to get the value of c. Ito yung equation 1, 2, at saka 3. Remember? Now with that, sabi dito, any of equations 1 to 3. Kahit alin. So, nasa sa inyo yung kalayaan kung sa inyo po gustong i-substitute yung A at saka B. Now again, sa kagaya ko, na I know the process, ang hahanapin ko yung pinakamadali. At ang pinakamadali, etong una. So, instead na A at saka B, I'm going to replace A by 2 and B by negative 4. Okay? And that will give me 3 is equal to, saan nanggaling yung negative 2? 2 plus minus 4. So, magiging negative 4 ito. And negative 4 at saka 2, negative 2 plus c. Ilipat natin ito sa kabila para magsolo si c. 3 plus 2. If you notice again, negative 2, tumawid ng equal sign, naging positive. At nagsosolo na lang yung c natin. So, we can now combine these two numbers to get the value of c. C is equal to 5. So we come up with A is equal to 2, B is equal to negative 4, C is equal to 5. All that's left is to substitute all these three values dun sa ating standard form of the quadratic function. Ano nga yung standard form? Ito. F of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Papalitan lang po natin yung a, b, at saka c ng mga values na nakuha po natin. So, a, b, at saka yung c. By doing that, we come up with 2x squared plus minus, so magiging minus 4x, ayun. And then, plus 5. And this exact quadratic function is the one given sa simula po ng slide nito. So again, I'm hoping that you understood what I have been talking about dito. Na pili muna kayo ng tatlong ordered pair, tapos try to eliminate yung A, B, and C. Come up with equations 4 and 5. Makukuha nyo na yung A. Once na nakuha nyo yung value ng A, work kayo pabalik. So that you can come up with all the values needed. And then substitute dito po. Okay? So I hope you learned something po dito sa atin. So again, I hope you finish this video lecture. And this will come in handy, especially pagdating po dun sa ating mga activities. Again, if you find this video valuable, you get values dito po sa video po natin. I'm encouraging you to please like, subscribe. You can put comments on the comment section below para po malaman namin kung saan namin dapat i-improve pa po. And then, makikisuyo na lang po, please share this to others para marami pong maabot ng mga estudyante. Yung topic po natin, tailor-made sa mga students po. So, we are really hoping that we can reach as many as possible students and help them in their math problems. So once again, this is Sir Ian saying keep on learning guys and stay safe. Good luck. Good night guys.